I was recently asked a question about intensity in regards to what Neville meant by it. And I wanted to speak a little bit about intensity because I think that the instant thought is some type of strong emotional reaction or something feeling almost charged up and explosive, almost like you have to be so intense about it. And there is a degree to that I think is there. But I think that comes from the acceptance of it rather than the goal is to sort of force a feeling upon yourself. The feeling should sort of open you up. It should feel intense by the acceptance of the wish fulfilled. But I'm going to change the word acceptance. I'm going to say that intensity is determined by how much you agree with the state that you want. So when Neville says you must be intense, or he says to the degree of intensity by which you believe it, to that degree you are changed. I would also say it's a degree of agreeableness. So the more intense a belief feels to you, the more you actually agree with it. That's how I've seen it. So you'd want to find a state that you want to be in and start to actually agree with it. Agree with the new self-concept of, the more you agree with, the more intense it becomes into your life. The more you'll start to express it and it being reflected back to you. Without the, it should feel natural after you agree with it. It shouldn't be something that you force upon yourself. I don't think force, really Neville never even says that, but I think the way people apply it at times, they apply Neville with force when he actually never tells you to use force. He has a whole chapter called The Effortless Way in The Power of Your Awareness. And to me, I've used the word trust. I've used the word acceptance. Another word could be agree. Do you agree with the new idea of yourself? And you can genuinely ask yourself that. When Neville says, how would I feel? You can also ask, do you agree with it? And maybe at the time you don't, but try to feel that you do agree with it. Agree with the new idea. There's a reason you're attracted to this mental space that's within you about yourself, a new self-concept. There's a reason why you are drawn to this imaginal area, I should say. And it probably is because you want to uplift yourself or, change yourself in a more loving manner. And the more you agree with the new concept, the more you actually are forgiving yourself. Again, this all comes back to forgiveness of oneself, which is really a form of compassion for oneself. You can analyze yourself, chop yourself up to the point where there's nothing left, and you can think so low of yourself, and you can agree with these ideas. But there's going to come a point where you're going to get sick of it. It's going to become a hell, and you're going to have to fashion a new heaven within you. Now, I don't mean heaven in the sense of like harps and angels and things like that. I'm just mean like a new idea of self. That's a heaven. A lovely idea of oneself it's a form of a heaven to think of yourself that way. And so you have to take your time to start thinking the thoughts you need to think. What do you need to start thinking? You just start doing that. What do you need to start seeing yourself as? You need to start agreeing with it. The more you agree with it, the more intense it becomes. So I just want to do something different with this one. I just want to keep this one short. But at least contemplate on this idea. I always recommend people to contemplate it. I mean, take like an hour to think about it. And when I say contemplate, I mean let it sort of unfold within you. Don't try to force wisdom upon yourself. Just sort of feel open to it. Feel open to understanding it. Feel open to the idea. And you should be given some sort of either a visual or some type of audio, something that will free you when if you listen in. But okay, I'm going to wrap this one up. And again, I do live streaming. I'm also doing some audiobooks and commentaries on the members channel, and I do one-on-ones as well. And I have a book out, and you can find all of that in the description below. So again, thank you all for listening.